Hello, and I'm David Cole, a law professor at Georgetown University, and I'm here to explain why I ban laptops in the classroom. Could you repeat the question? Is the most common question from my law students. They constantly ask this question as they glance up from their laptops, and as soon as I respond to their question, their heads turn right back to the laptop. They look at their laptop as if for some reason the answer is going to pop out in front of them. But who knows, nowadays maybe it will. Maybe a friend in the classroom is going to instant message them and let them know what the answer is. But last year I decided to ban the laptop for two main reasons. My reason one, the note-taking on the laptop is supposed to encourage word-for-word transcription. But in my case in my classroom, I have noticed that note-takers tend to go into a shorthand mode and no longer process the information that's given to them in a give-and-take classroom discussion. Taking notes the old-fashioned way is a little bit slower, but it gets the student to actively listen, think, and prioritize the most important information given to them. My reason two, laptops do create a temptation in the classroom. I have found that students like to surf the web while in class, check email, do online shopping, play online games. Students are constantly checking game scores or chatting online or Facebook or MySpace. Not only is it a distraction to the students themselves, but to others who see him or her doing this in the classroom. Laptops take the student out of the classroom discussion and out of the learning environment. I have found that banning laptops from my classroom, I have found my students to be more engaged. I did my own survey in my class, and yes, I did it online, and have found that 80% of my students are engaged more in classroom discussion without the use of the laptop. 70% like the no laptop policy, and 95% actually admitted that they do use the laptop for purposes other than note-taking. In a study that I found conducted by Carrie Fried, found that laptops was identified as a distraction during class and found that it was significantly and negatively affecting the class performance in students. The more that students use their laptops, the lower the grades they received. I believe that in some settings, for some subjects, laptops and internet can be a useful tool, but overall can and will be and create a nuisance. Computers have revolutionized our lives in many ways for the better, but it also has taken over our lives. As I have said before and today, unplugging may be the best response yet.
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Professor Cole?
Yes?
Do you think maybe the problem is less laptops and more in your outdated sage on the stage kind of lecture style? Perhaps you should break things up and have students do more collaborative work online so they can actually construct knowledge rather than be hearing it from the one person who knows everything. Is it true?
It may be true, but I feel that being up there and giving the information to the students, it forces them to listen and to not only to listen but to participate in the discussions in the classroom, so that not as the teacher as you're giving them the information, but you know that they're paying attention and they acknowledge the information you're giving to them.
Questions from the opposite team? I'm that annoying kid with one note. How do you like have a special like wireless blocker so that no one can get their laptops open, or do you just sit there and say don't bring your laptops to class?
From where I stand, I can see the whole classroom, so I can see when their laptops are actually open.
Cell phones under the desk. Can you see that sometimes happening, or you ban that also?
Well, in my classrooms, there is no desktop, So the higher you are, the more I can see if you're kind of looking down, going like this on your phone.
Do you frisk students when they come in to make sure they don't have their cell phone?
No.
So they might actually have it sneakily be taking notes against your wishes.
Well, it'd be kind of hard if they have their phone in their pockets.
Oh, you seen people do it when they're driving? It makes it look
It's
easy
not
to
that,
get a
it's
lecture.
very easy to tell when someone's using their cell phone in the car, even if they have tinted windows. Yes.
Do you have a laptop?
Yes.
Do you use it in your law research?
For my
For your job? as a
For my
professor?
job purposes, yes. But in a meeting or when I'm with students, it's turned off. Because I'm there to give them my focus and my attention, not the computer, not the internet, and not my email at that time. It's supposed to be when my student comes to me, I'm there to help my student.
Is this policy popular with your students?
I'd say it's an equal amount of half and half. Some like it, some don't.
Do you think there's anything like a generational difference between you and your students on this?
No, because there's a lot of adults now who actually know and are very good with the internet and the computers, just as well as the teenagers and the young, freshmen coming into their first year of university, college, and they're just as addicted to it as they are.
But these are people in law school, Georgetown Law School. Especially they're full-grown adults, they can kind of make their choice on whether they're going to use a laptop or not.
There's still some that are immature and won't
Check
get
it
out of the
out,
habit. It's just a
ESPN.
habit.
Check it out, ESPN in the middle of your lecture. So you're giving them 100% of your of attention. It's only fair that people...
I expect the same amount of attention back.
And Jeff, are you giving 100% attention?
Absolutely.
Because you can multitask? Because you can
Because I
multitask?
think I can multitask.
He can multitask where old people can't multitask. Jeff's been multitasking since he was 15. Maybe there's a generation issue going on here?
Well, I don't think it's about multitasking as much. I just think it should be done out of respect. Is my issue. Give the respect to the instructor just the way you would like the instructor to respect you back.
Multitasking is not necessarily a good thing.
Whose side are you on?
I'm on her side.
Okay.